What is up, Guardians? It's Mekabre, and we are back with yet another Destiny 2 video. Now, this video is going to cover a couple different things, a couple random things, but some stuff that you might want to keep in mind and do today as of February 21st, 2022, so that way you are ready to go when Witch Queen launches tomorrow at reset. Yeah, that's right. We are 24 hours, or possibly less by the time you're watching this, away from getting Witch Queen. It's almost here. We can practically have our hands on it. Like, I can feel it. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Let me know if you're excited in the comments down below. Now, before we jump into today's content, I have two things to ask of you. One, if you're not already subscribed and you need to go do that real quick. It's okay. It takes a second. You can unsubscribe later if you don't like my content, but it helps me out a lot, okay? Number two, I will be streaming Witch Queen live at reset starting tomorrow at noon for my Eastern Standard Time people for 24 hours straight. So if you would like to come see me as I go through more or less all of what Witch Queen has to offer in the first 24 hours, or as much as I can get done, or, you just like to come see me lose my sanity slowly but surely, come check me out on Twitch. The link is in the description down below, but that's twitch.tv/Mekabre. Thank you. Now let's jump into some of the content. Like I said, these are just a couple of tips, tricks, some things that we've learned from previous expansion releases, some stuff that you might want to look into or get done right now. The first and foremost is going to be that DIM and other third-party apps that allow you to change weapons. They're going to be down, at least for the first couple hours. We've already been told this. So have either all of your weapons that you plan on using in the vault or on the character that you want them on. You don't want to have to constantly change characters to pull weapons and then go to the vault and grab this and grab that and switch everything around. Make it less complicated. Put the weapons that you want on each character. Put the rest in the vault. Matter of fact, even take it a step further by putting burner weapons on your second and third characters. That way you can just go to the vault and draw weapons and you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't even use this because it's on my Titan and I'm on my Warlock right now. So just be prepared and plan ahead. Second, there's going to be a queue. With 1 million pre-orders, there's going to be a queue. So the earlier you can get on, the better. You're going to have a queue no matter what. I plan on being on as soon as I possibly can, right at noon perhaps, but even with that, I'm probably going to have to wait in a queue. So just be patient with the queue, but also log in beforehand. Like if you get home from school, but you have homework to do, or perhaps, you're going to go and eat dinner shortly, load up the game beforehand so that way it's ready to go by the time you hop on, or by the time you can play. Now, another thing, and this one plays into what's happening today, Downtime is starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 9 p.m. for my Eastern Standard folk, and, just try and get everything ready before then. Downtime will start 15 minutes before that, but you won't be kicked until that time, so keep that in mind. With Downtime coming, there also is a pre-download, which the preload is available on, as far as I know, everything. There are a couple special exceptions where you might have to download more, or there's 2 pieces to it, but it starts at midnight here in Eastern Standard Time, so keep that in mind. Maybe don't stay up tonight to download it, but first thing tomorrow morning, you can go ahead and start that preload, so that way your download of the actual update itself will be that much faster. Now, another thing, and this one you should know if you keep track of any of it, but if you plan on doing day 1 raid, or perhaps you just hate leveling altogether, which I understand if you do, go into the Legend campaign. It's guaranteed to give you a drop of 15-20 armor and some of the new exotic armor pieces, so it's really worth just doing the Legend campaign. They have said it will be a little more difficult, but I think they're really just trying to push for more people to complete it, so that way more people are raid ready and more people can complete the raid day 1. Alright, so those are like the big couple things that you should try and get done right now, and if you haven't, started to think about some of these things, now's the time to do it. Like I said earlier, today is the last day when we will be able to play D2 until tomorrow at reset. So if you have anything that's going away that you want to finish, or perhaps you just haven't gotten that God roll hothead, take the time and go do that now. It is a little bit late to do any prep, but if you're finishing some stuff up, now is the time to do it, so keep that in mind. Now, a couple other things that I highly recommend keeping in mind once it does drop at reset tomorrow, and these are for the people who have done some prep. So if you haven't done any prep, thanks for watching, or, maybe you want to stick around and watch the rest, feel free. But everything from here on is if you've done some prep work and you're going into Witch Queen with a couple bounties, with a couple of things ready to go, stacked up, resources perhaps, but things you should do as soon as launch happens. First off, do not turn any bounties in until you get the artifact. If you turn bounties in before you get the artifact, it's great. You might reach level 100 on the season pass quicker, sure, but that's not going to help you that much. It's going to unlock a couple rewards and a couple resources perhaps, which is awesome, but the main reason you are going to use your saved up bounties is to unlock new artifact mods, because artifact mods often are very, very helpful and open the door for champion mods, which may be a thing in the Legend campaign. I don't know. So unlock the artifact as soon as possible, save those bounties, try and get to at least level 5, I think it is, when there's the first fire team XP boost. Get in a fire team, turn in a couple of weeklies first, because your weeklies will be more XP because you have the well rested. I think it's 3 of them if I recall, and then you turn in all your dailies and then turn in all your weeklies. You'll fly through that. You can go and do it on all of your characters. Then make sure you're in a fire team, make sure you have the artifact. Do not waste those bounties. It took so long to prep those bounties. Do not waste them, please. If you're unsure, go and look up a couple other videos on how to level properly, because there are so many good guides out there and a lot of people cover this in a lot more depth than what I just did. Moving beyond bounties, if you're talking anything related to quests, you want to make sure you have a couple open slots on each character. I know bounty hoarding is the way to go, but you don't want to be 63 out of 63 on each character. On your first character, I recommend being either 60 or 61 out of 63 in order to pick up whatever quests come with the campaign. Now, before you even jump into the campaign, if possible, you want to pick up that artifact quest and finish that. That will take a slot, and then the campaign itself will also take a slot, and there might even be a third. So be ready to delete a daily, or perhaps a repeatable if you have some, in order to make room. Your second and third characters, however, can be 62 out of 63, if not 63 out of 63, in order to maximize your efficiency there. But just keep in mind that you will need those spaces in order to even begin doing what you need to do. Now, another thing, like I had kind of stated with the Legendary campaign, with the exotics coming with that, the exotic armor pieces, it might not be worth saving a bunch of exotic engrams, but keep in mind if you want to wait and still use them, because we're not guaranteed to get both armor pieces for each class through the Legend campaign, it might be worth saving those for when the Master Lost Sector is that piece of armor, so that way you can turn one in hopes of, well, getting that new armor piece. As we do know, none of the world pool exotics will be new. All of the exotics that are coming with Witch Queen are tied to an activity or a quest already ordained, so keep that in mind. We aren't going to see anything where you can turn exotics in and hopefully get a new weapon. That's not going to be an option, but that doesn't mean that you can't get better world armor on the ones that you already have saved. Now, I know I just covered a bunch of random stuff, and I know a lot of it is here and there, and maybe you have some pieces of this done, and maybe you just have some pieces that aren't ready. We're down to the final day. If you got time, go ahead and grind out some more bounties. Go ahead and prep as much as you want. There are some resources you can pick up at Spider. There's some resources you can trade in at Spider. Take the time, do this stuff now, so that way you are as ready as possible for when Witch Queen drops tomorrow. I know I am super excited, and I hope you guys are as well. I hope this video helped you, even just the tiniest of bits. It's just some general information and some reminders going into Witch Queen that I know I want to make sure my clanmates know, so that way they're, most prepared and as well off as possible as soon as they log into the game for the first time after Witch Queen drops. And I hope that this does the same for you as well. Once again, if you did enjoy this content, leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already. Please, what are you doing? Watching this video and you haven't subscribed? Come on, just take the second, go down below, click that button. Like I said, I'll be live on Twitch for the first 24 hours, possibly longer than that. So go check me out there, hang out. It's going to be a blast. We're going to be cruising through the Legend campaign with either a group of 2 or 3 of us. I plan on helping out other people with the Legend campaign, specifically some members of my Day 1 raid team. So come and join us. It'll be a blast. I have nothing else to say. Keep an eye out for a bunch of exotic guide videos. As soon as I know how to get them, I will bring them to you so that way you can see where they're at and how to best utilize it and go about it. And I'll catch you guys with plenty of new videos, plenty of new streams with Witch Queen dropping. I will be live all the time. Videos should be dropping as much as I possibly can. Definitely keep in mind they'll drop more after the raid is out, as I won't be as serious about prepping and trying to get as high of level as possible, but keep an eye out for some great content on the way. With that, I got nothing else to say except get back to grinding, you crazy guardians.